Bill at Highland Hill, and again we're going to be discussing staking your small arborvitaes or small transplants that you've put in your field or in your landscape. First of all, a lot of the little transplants you put in will flop over and not stand up straight. So we use a bamboo stake. And this is a 3-foot bamboo stake. What we like to do is we like to put it on the wind side of the tree. And you can see it's flopping this way, so we're going to stake it on this side. We put the stake in. Now, if the stake doesn't go in far enough, we have a little tool that can be used to pound it in. And all it does is pounds it in a little more if you need it. What we'll do is we'll go up and down the row, and we'll put all the stakes in that we need for a row, and then we'll come back and tie it. And next I'll show you how to tie this arborvitae to the stake so that you get the best, straightest tree possible. One thing I want you to be careful of with it when you're staking is this stake, you can put your eye right into it by mistake and not even know it. What I like to do is take a small piece of tape, and this is a regular nursery tape, and I like to have the tree up high enough that the tape can't fall down to the ground. So I like to put it between two branches like this, so the branch is used to help hold it up. And we tie this up just a regular shoe knot. And get this up straight. And sometimes we go back over a second time. And that keeps it from falling down. Now at the end of the season, we can come back and we can take it off. There. Now that is not going to fall down. That's going to stay right there, and it's going to give you a nice straight tree. This one will leave on for about 1 year, and we'll take some of them out and see how well they hold. If they don't hold, we'll keep them on longer. So that's how you tie your little arborvitae to a stake, and just make sure when you're putting this in the ground that you don't get this jabbed into your arm, because that could hurt too. And all trees should be staked after about a week or two after they're planted. That way you know which trees you're going to have to stake. And we always try and put the stake on the wind side so that it can help hold the tree up against the wind. And if anything, if you ever err on letting a tree grow crooked, let it grow crooked towards the wind so the wind can actually work in bringing it back to being straight. And you can do a lot of stakes and a lot of trees in a day. We can probably do about 500 trees in a day when we stake. And we like all our trees staked because we want a straight tree, as you will too. And we don't do any trimming on these trees yet. That will be in about a year before we even start to trim. This is the green giant arborvitae. This particular tree can be done at this size, but for most homeowners, you might want to start with a little bit larger tree. We have a 1-gallon green giant that'll be about 24 inches tall, and then we have a 3 to 4 foot green giant, so about 3 to 4 foot tall, and those are a lot easier to get started, and you'll have less problems long term with a larger transplant because it's through most of all the hazardous times in its life, which is when it's small. The green giant is somewhat deer resistant, but if you have a lot of deer, this size plant would never work because it's got too many years where the bucks can rub it or the deer can test it by browsing it. So if you see a deer in your yard about once a month, this would probably work, not a problem. Where you have 2 or 3 resident deer that sleep on your yard daily, this tree will fail. And in that case, you probably want to switch to our Norway spruce. But at any rate, if you have any questions, just give us a call at Highland Hill Farm, 215-651-8329. These are our 3 to 4 foot green giants in number 5 pots. These are ready for field as well. These are our 1-gallon green giants. They're about 2 foot high, 2 to 2.5 foot high, and they're also ready for field planting.